Hello, everyone. In this 75-minute beast of a session, we'll be focusing on the bum, back, and the legs in a flow that is inspired by my original Glutes on Fire flow on YouTube. So we tend to sit down a lot in our day, so it's important to keep the bum, back, and legs strong to support everything above it. This flow will be a gentle yet fiery reminder to the lower body that it has a big job to do. So get out your mat, put on some music from the description below, and let's go. So let's start kneeling down at the back of the mat. And I want you to place your hands on your thighs. It can be palms down or palms open for now, just to center yourself here. Now, if kneeling is not good for you at the moment, maybe you need to place a little blanket in between the thighs and the calves or come into a completely different starting position. That is totally fine. If you are in this kneeling position, notice how the heel bones here, supporting the sit bones, can elevate or feel like you're really elevating slightly. So rather than sinking down and lowering into that lower back, you're lifted. Notice the natural curvatures of the spine, the space between the vertebrae. And for this flow today, it is glutes on fire, the back of the legs, and pretty much the whole of the posterior chain is brought to awareness and attention. So right now, do take your awareness to the back of the body, to the spine. Watch your breath. And this back of the body is very much a support. It is strong. It is long and it's curved. It's a pretty complex part of the body, I would say. It's a beautiful part of the body, but it is a part of the body that we don't visually see very often. So as a result, a lot of the muscles here can be forgotten about. And as we know, skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles, which means we have to turn them on. We have to think about turning them on ourselves. They won't just do it, which is a real shame. So just let the head now roll from side to side. And we're going to play with the breath today. And just notice what natural movement occurs when we inhale. It's this expansion, this slight lift. And as we exhale, then maybe that softness, that feeling of melting a little bit more into the pose. So inhale, arch the spine, tilt the tailbone back, let the head drop back slightly. Exhale, curve the spine, round the shoulders forward, tuck the tailbone under slightly, and look into your belly. And repeat. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the chest, let the head drop back. Exhale, curve the spine. And again, breathe in. Exhale, round. Now we're going to keep that movement going with the spine. We're going to add a little bit extra onto it. Bring your hands together in a prayer position. Now keep the hands together and bring the hands behind the head so that really the wrist creases press up against the back of the skull and the skull is pushing into the wrists. Inhale, continue to lift the elbows up. Exhale, keep the hands where they are and round the spine. So you keep that movement in the spine the same. And repeat. Push the head back into the hands. Inhale, wrap the elbows up towards the sky. Arch the spine. Exhale, curve. Now this is going to be a motif today. This prayer position in the back of the head, we're going to use it a few times in different places. Breathe in, lift the elbows up. And then exhale, slowly release the arms, crawl the hands forward and come into all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And come into a regular or a cat-cow position. So arch the spine and curve the spine, what we've already been doing. Wiggle the hips and the shoulders around one way and then the other way. Rock forward and back and side to side. So in this session, I'm really egging you on to feel the deeper muscles, the smaller muscles perhaps, which are part of a big group, like the glutes, like the hamstrings. These are areas that are made up of, 3 muscles plus, and plus everything else that's kind of around them. And over the next couple of breaths, start to bring yourself into a wide-legged downward-facing dog, feet about as wide as the mat. Lift the hips, shine the tailbone high, bend the knees, push the ground away, and wiggle the hips out from side to side. Relax your head through the arms, close the eyes. Inhale, ripple forward into high plank. Bring your chest over the hands and the wrists. Exhale, bend the knees, ripple back into downward facing dog. And again, breathe in, ripple forward, wide, high plank. Exhale, ripple back, wide, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, ripple forward into high plank. This time, walk your hands back towards your feet, and we're going to come into malasana, yogi squat at the back of the mat. So heels turn in slightly, toes turn out. And now this is a pretty deep place to be quite early on in the practice, so do not stress out if the heels don't touch the floor. Now you may prefer to be in a little bit more of a passive position here. Your body might naturally just want to come forward. You can bring your forearms down. You can always grab hold of the edges of the mat. This is a really nice thing to do. Or you can take this side to side, one arm down by your side, the other one opens up. And as you shift left to right, maybe one heel comes down and one heel comes up. I just want us to play around. There's really no right or wrong with these positions. However, if you're feeling really open in the hips and the spine today, maybe bring the hands together, hands behind the head into our little motif. Push the head into the hands. Rock from side to side still. Our body likes movement, right? If we hadn't realized. Breathe in. Breathe out wherever you are. Walk forward. Regular downward facing dog. So your feet come a little bit closer together. How are the back of the legs feeling? How are the hips feeling? How's the lower back feeling? This little area which is so connected. We can't stretch the hamstrings without the glutes and the lower back being affected. We can't strengthen the hamstrings without those areas being affected too. Part of the same little family. Slowly lower the knees to the ground, all fours position. Now you can adjust your hands and your feet. Get yourself in a good neutral spine, and we're going to get into these glutes now. So, kick your right heel up towards the sky, bend the right knee. Now here's where we're going to get really intricate with this movement. I like to tuck the left toes, as it really gives me something to kind of push off. Imagine you're holding something very expensive on the sole of your right foot. And you don't want it to drop down, so you don't want to forget about it. It's got to be flexed the whole time. Spread the toes. Now, also imagine that your hip, the front of your hip bones are like 2 headlights and they're looking straight down at the floor. Now, you can pulse your right heel up an inch, down an inch. If you pulse that heel up really high, then the right headlight is going to start to turn out to the right. We want them to shine straight forward. So there's a natural kind of stopping point where you just can't lift that heel up any higher without moving the hip at the same time. I get a really nice little shake there. If you're not feeling too much, how about you bend the knee a little bit more? Squeeze the heel slightly closer towards the glutes. Hello, hamstring. Pulse this. Then you can also turn the right thigh out a few degrees to the right without moving the hip. If you move it too far, that hip opens out like a dog peeing against a fire hydrant. Pulse it out and down. So you can play around with this. Where do you feel that little tremble when the muscles are responding to the movement? And then hold the position to the point that you go, okay, I can hold this. I'm not overexerting myself, but it feels like a challenge. It feels like something. Then crawl the left fingertips forward towards the top of the mat. Push down through the left fingertips. I like to call this spider claws. Kick up through the right heel. You can stay there or hover the left hand just off the floor. Now start to think about your lowest rib cage, ribs, and pull those ribs in slightly. So we start to engage the transverse abdominis, the deeper layer of your abdominals, a little bit closer towards the spine. Can you take your left arm out to the left like an aeroplane wing? Whole time, keep the right foot exactly as it is. Bring the left hand straight down underneath the left shoulder once again. Now crawl the right fingertips forward. Keep the right leg as it is. Flex the foot, spread the toes. Now I find the same arm as leg harder. You can leave the right fingertips where it is or hover the right hand off. Now if you have this balance, you can always try and take your right hand to the right heel bone. Bend the knee a little bit more. Now press the palm of the hand into the heel and the heel into the hand. Now you can't see these, so you have to use your proprioceptors. So that's spatial awareness. Lower the right hand down. Keep the right leg up where it is. Hover your left knee just off the floor. Hold it. And then continue to straighten up that left leg so that we end up in a three-legged dog with the right leg high. Now, essentially, you haven't moved the right leg at all. You could lower the left knee back to the ground and the right leg stays exactly as it is, and then lift it back up. Hold it there. Flex the foot, spread the toes. How is it feeling? Glutes are screaming. Now look forward towards your hands. You're still sort of in this downward facing dog. Can you shine your chest forward towards your fingers and your thumbs? Bend the right knee a little bit more. This is a back bend. This is Scorpio dog. Exhale. Bring the right knee into your chest. Hover forward into high plank. So we make pretty much the opposite position to what we've just made. Inhale, come back into Scorpio dog. Flex the right foot. Bend the knee, chest forward, arch the spine. Exhale, curve the spine. Knee to your chest. Round it. One more time. Inhale, kick the right heel up, chest forward, claw down the fingertips. Exhale, step the right foot through between the hands. Might take a couple of steps to bring it forward. Rise up onto your left fingertips, spider claws, and circle the right arm all the way up and around, easy twist. Exhale, take the right hand down. Now turn your body in to face the middle of the room, the left side of the room. This is quite like Skandasana, your side lunge, only it's a half Malasana. Now keep bent into the right knee. It is totally up to you what you do with the left foot. You can leave the left toes down or you can flex the left foot. Now you can bring your hands together in a little prayer and try and bring your right elbow into the inside of the right knee or right thigh. Thumbs by the chest, look over the left shoulder, breathe in, breathe out. Shift this to the back of the mat, take it to the other side. Bend the left knee, up to you if you leave the right foot down or you lift the right toes. Hands together, left elbow to your left thigh. Look over the right shoulder, breathe in. Breathe out. Take this back to the original front of the room and step it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, point the toes. Exhale, tuck the toes, take it back. Downward facing dog. Lower the knees straight away. Let's take it to the other side. So get detailed, be intricate, be specific with these movements. Tuck the right toes, kick the left heel up to the sky. Flex the foot, spread the toes, pulse the heel up and down. So you can really feel it, and you can always give it a little prod. Make sure that it's actually switched on, because sometimes we think we're switching on that muscle, but nothing's really happening. And that's because sometimes the neurological pathway to that muscle has degenerated. And we can get it back. It's just a bit of consistency. The glutes are really guilty at that because we sit down so often. Pulse sit, we just need to remember that they're there. And you can turn the left thigh out and down. So it's really important that these muscles are built up and they're strong so that they can support this lumbar spine region. One more breath in, hold it still. Find that position that you feel challenged, but you can hold and sustain it. And crawl the right fingertips forward. Engage those lower ribs in a little bit. Can you hover the right hand just off the floor? Do you want to take the right arm out to the side like an airplane wing? Plays around with the core and the balance a little bit. Bring your right hand down underneath your right shoulder. Crawl the left fingertips forward. You can stay there. This can be totally enough. Or hover the left hand just off the ground. Maybe it's a little bit of somewhere in between. If you have that balance, maybe take the left hand to your left foot. Press the heel into the hand and the hand into the heel. Left hand down. Well done. Keep the knee bent. Headlights looking down as much as possible. And hover your right knee just off the floor. Continue to lift the right knee. So you're in that three-legged dog. And you can experiment without moving your left leg at all. Lower the right knee back down towards the floor. And then lift it back up. Scorpio dog. Look forward towards your hands. Arch the spine. Bend the knee. Head looks towards the heel. Exhale, round the spine. Bring the left knee forward. High plank. Repeat. Inhale, kick the left heel up towards the sky. Arch the spine. Claw the fingers into the earth. Exhale, knee to chest. Bring it forward. One more time. Inhale, kick the left heel up. Arch the spine. Chest forward. Exhale, step the left foot through between your hands. Easy twist. Rise up onto your right fingertips. Circle the left arm all the way up and around. Half malasana, turn in to face the right side of the room. Stay bent into the left knee. You can keep the right toes down or flex the foot, whatever works best for you. Hands together in prayer, left elbow to the left thigh. Roll the right shoulder back and look over the right shoulder. So it's almost like you lean back a little bit. Then take it to the back of the room. Up to you what you do with the left foot, right elbow to right thigh if possible. Look over the left shoulder, breathe in. Exhale, take it back to the front of the room and step back into downward facing dog. Let's go for a vinyasa. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, take it back. Downward facing dog. Now you can stay here in down dog, or you can lower down to your forearms into dolphin. So don't feel the pressure to have to take this at all. This is a lower body heavy flow. So I just want to add in a few dolphins just to remind the shoulders that they too exist. So you can stay in down dog. You can hold a dolphin. If you want to add in a little bit of a drill, you can lift and lower the forearms and elbows at the same time. Add that in a little bit. And then when you're done, start to walk your feet up towards your hands. More ragdoll style forward fold. Grab hold of your opposite elbows and sway. Sway from side to side. Relax your head. And exhale. Release your hands. Inhale, rise up onto your fingertips. Pull the crown of your head forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, belly to your thighs, full forward fold. Now we're going to come all the way up to Tadasana, so your mountain pose. Arms up over the head and then arms down by your sides. Give yourself a moment here. So we're going to take 3 sun salutations, so the original without the warrior ones, but we're going to add a little something at the beginning. Bring your hands together in that prayer position. Bring the hands behind your head like you did before. Now, you want to wrap the elbows up towards the sky and push the head into the hands, but keep the chin down slightly. So we want to embrace a double chin here. It gets into the deep neck flexors. Now, keep this position. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hinge forward about halfway. Breathe in, come back up to standing, keep the hands where they are. Little squeeze of the glutes at the top. And again, exhale, push the bum back, tip the torso forward. We're going to do this at the beginning of our sun salutations. Breathe in, come back up to the top. Final time. Exhale, come down halfway, and then go down all the way. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders back. Exhale, hands down, step the feet behind you, high plank, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 nice long breaths here. Inhale, push the ground away, breathe in. Breathe out. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rise up onto your tiptoes. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop the feet towards the hands. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, belly to your thighs. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Hands together, hands behind the head in that prayer position, straight away. Exhale, tip forward halfway. Tiny bend in the knees, push the bum back. Inhale, come back up to standing. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go all the way down, hands to the floor. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop the feet behind you, high plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Now stay here. Or we can take a twist, a revolved dog. If you're going to go for a revolved dog, you might want to step the feet up an inch or so that the down dog is a little bit more narrow. You can always bend the knees if that helps the spine. Cross the right hand over to the left shin, ankle, or maybe you can grab underneath the heel. Look underneath your left armpit. Find that twist across the spine. Or really the ribs to be more specific. Breathe in. Exhale, switch sides. Left hand to the right shin, ankle, or the heel. Look underneath your right armpit. Push the ground away. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Exhale, left hand forward. Rise up onto your tiptoes, everyone. Bend the knees, step or hop your feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Breathe in, reach the arms over the head, hands together, prayer position, hands behind the head, straight away. Exhale, down halfway. Inhale, come back up, little squeeze at the top. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come all the way down, hands to the floor. Breathe in, rise up halfway, shoulders back. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, high plank, chaturanga, preferably on the same exhale. Breathe in, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, take it back, downward facing dog. You can stay down dog. You can twist. You can pulse the elbows up and down, dolphin to down dog again. You can hold dolphin still, your choice. Now we're going to stay in our downward facing dogs and go to the next little flow. So when you're ready, after your twists, after your pulses, come back into your down dog. And you can lift the right leg up when you're ready. Point the right toes, bend the right knee, and open up the hips. Now, this is the opposite position to what you were in before, so embrace that. Feel down the back of the leg. Exhale, step the right foot through between your hands. Ground down through the big toe mounds, power through the legs, scoop the arms up over the head. Now squeeze the glutes, hands up into high lunge, and bring your hands behind the head into this prayer position once again, our little motif, our little friend. Push the head into the hands, lift the elbows up so we can arch the spine, push down the back big toe mound. Exhale, bend your back knee round the spine. Imagine there's a string from your elbows to your front thigh, getting smaller. Then inhale, it lengthens. Kick out the back heel so you straighten the left knee. Exhale, bend the knee. Elbows forward. Palms together still. Breathe in, lift the elbows up. Now this time as you exhale, let's come to warrior two. Plant the back heel down. Open out the arms, readjust the legs and the hips if you need to. So when you find your happy warrior two here, open out the arms, roll the shoulders back, flip the right palm up, and inhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Exhale, right forearm to the right thigh, left arm up over the head. Gaze up towards the sky here. Press down your back little toe and repeat the reverse warrior. Inhale, take it up and back, reverse. Now in this reverse warrior, hold it. You can take a bind. Wrap the left arm around the back of you. Perhaps try and grab hold of your right thigh. Bend the right knee 1 more inch. Exhale, everyone either bring your right forearm back onto the thigh or take the right hand all the way to the floor. Preferably stay with this half bind if possible. Let your left shoulder squeeze back and look over it. So you can stay in this half bind or you can take the full bind if it's there today in your practice. Now the thing with the full bind is you don't want to be leaning forward so much. If you feel like you really are, stay with the half bind. It's about getting this left shoulder back, 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 back so that we can really embrace finding some more space and length in the left side of the body. You can add in a little pulse to the right leg. So remember, we're working the legs big time though. So they're building power and strength. If you've gone for the full bind, start to release. Everybody eventually circle the left arm all the way up over the head, left hand to the floor. Lower your left knee down and come into lizard. Heel toe the right foot over to the right edge of the mat. You can turn the toes out if you want. This is so that you have some space to fall down. Into lizard, hands, forearms on the floor. Maybe you want a brick to come underneath the forearms instead as well to give you a little bit of help. And when you're here in this lizard, move it. You can add a little rock from side to side or forward and back. You can lift the back knee, wiggle it round a little bit, draw some circles. Now in this position, if you know that you really want to take a twist and it's there in your practice today, then you're welcome to take a twist. You do not have to. You can stay with the forearm down or take the left hand to the ground, aim for the foot. It's up to you. Take a few more breaths where you are. Try and release the muscles of the face a little bit. Try and separate the back of the teeth. Relax your tongue. Now, eventually, everybody walk your hands back into the center of the mat. Lift the back knee off the floor, chest forward, breathe in. Three-legged dog, right leg will lift all the way back up. Give it some air time, shake it out. How does it feel? Step the right foot through between the hands. Let's rise up into warrior one. Front foot down, back heel to the floor. Keep the front knee bent for the moment, arms up over the head, breathe in, palms touch. Now straighten your front knee and bend the elbows. So you bring your hands behind the head in that prayer position once again. Push the head into the hands, elbows up towards the sky. Now hinge the torso forward. Come down about a quarter of the way, maybe halfway down. Something that you can honestly say to yourself, okay, this is where I can hold. This is good for me. It's a challenge, I can feel it, but your gaze is down at your front big toe. Now you can always touch the body and sort of feel other muscles in the spine switched on, glutes, back of the legs. Keep the elbows forward and out. Now, without changing the position of your spine, can you reach the arms out in front of you so that the arms pretty much become just this extension of the spine? Breathe in here. Engage those lower ribs in. Turn on the transverse and the rectus abdominis. As you exhale, cactus the arms. Bend the elbows and squeeze the elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, bend. You need to exhale big time out through the mouth. Go for it. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale, bend the elbows. Now we go for a forward fold. You can walk the hands down the shin to the floor onto bricks, or you can interlace your fingers behind you and let the belly drop onto your thigh. Arms reach up over the head and look towards the back of the mat. And let out as many of those exhales that you need. And as much as we are building strength in the back of the body, we do still want to stretch it too. But in general, in yoga, we really overstretch the back of the body and the back of the legs, and we build the front of the thighs. We kind of need to switch them round a little bit sometimes to find ultimate balance. If you've interlaced your fingers, release the arms. Let's come into twisted triangle. Now, you might have a prop today. If you have a brick, you will place it to either the inside or the outside of your front foot. If you don't have a brick, don't worry. You can place your left hand to the inside or the outside of the foot. Once you're happy with your placement, bring your right hand onto the base of the spine. Try and pull the right hip back ever so slightly. Rotate the ribs over towards the right side of the room. And if you feel happy with the balance, as this is really wobbly sometimes, reach the right arm up to the sky. If this ruins it, keep the right hand down on your spine. Breathe in, breathe it out. Next, exhale, bring your right hand down. Now start to shift the weight forward into your front foot. Bend the right knee. There's a little bit of release there. Crawl the hands forward. Come up into a very cheeky little standing split. Left leg up, doesn't have to be too high. The main focus here is about slowly lowering the left leg down. In slow motion, come into warrior two. Lower the left leg down. Power through this right leg as you come up into warrior two. And now you can pulse this right knee up and down. Hands onto your hips. Notice the feeling. All right, so with this warrior two, rather than looking over the right middle fingers, I want you to look into the middle of the room. Bring your hands into a prayer and take the hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands and wrap the elbows up to the sky. Breathe in here, get as low as you can in that right thigh, and then hinge the torso forward. Push the bum back, tip the elbows forward, maybe about a quarter of the way down, no further than halfway. I'm going to flip to the side so you can see the position of the spine. Now you've got to be honest with yourself in moments like this. Bum goes back, torso tips forward. Hold that there. Then you can bring your hands either straight down to the floor, underneath the shoulders, or if you can't reach the floor, place the hands onto the legs, somewhere that you can kind of hold on to. From there, I want you to start to visualize what cat-cow would look like in your spine right now. The movement will be quite minimal, but you'll feel it a lot. Inhale, arch the spine. Lift your chest and your gaze forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under without completely straightening the right knee. Round the spine and look into your thighs. And again, inhale, arch the spine. Lift your chest, tilt the tailbone back. Exhale, curve the spine. One more time, breathe in. This time as you exhale, you can start to straighten this right knee, Turn the right toes in so that we're in a wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hips stay high. Yes, nice. And you can have your hands or forearms to the floor. You can have your hands around your shins. Maybe peace fingers around the big toe. Your choice. This is your moment. Bend the knees, sway from side to side. What does your body need from you right now? Constantly listening. Constantly in alignment with the mind, the body, and the breath. Then start to walk your hands over to your right foot. Turn the right toes forward and lower your left knee down. Inhale, scoop the arms up over the head. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Now keep the back toes tucked. Hands together, but this time bring the hands in front of your heart. Can you straighten your front leg from here? Flex the front foot. So now we're up in this Ardha Hanuman. Remember, Ardha means half, and Hanumanasana, is our full split. So we're in a half split here. Hands by your chest, hinge the torso forward. Keep the front foot flexed, keep the back toes tucked. Now this is like every forward fold that you've already done. You sort of split yourself in half. You can eventually bring your hands down onto the leg, bricks, or the floor. Nice. And after all of that work in the thighs, this is hopefully a really good moment for you. Now you can stay in this half version, or if you do have the full Hanumanasana, then you can take the full. Now I suggest personally, definitely keep the back toes tucked, but as you kick your right heel forward, kick it towards the top right diagonal corner of the mat. So we are going a little bit off center, because that way we can accommodate for the hips. We want this left hip to be looking forward towards the front of the room. So we do need to have like a slight angle as we go forward. Now you might have some funky back bends. You might be really down in this forward fold. Your choice, what you do here, keep the front foot flexed, keep the back toes tucked. Just one more breath in if you've gone for the full thing. Exhale, start to walk your hands back, press down through the front heel and drag the right heel back into the center of the mat. Lower the right toes down, bend the right knee. Everybody, scoop the arms up over the head, breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Press the ground away. Let's go for a slow vinyasa. Inhale, forward high plank, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. So you can stay in down dog. Again, you can visit a little dolphin. If you're going for dolphin, you can go for dolphin press-ups. Rock the chin forward towards your thumbs. Rock the head back through the arms. If you want to lower the weight a little bit here, you can drop the knees down, forearms down, and rock forward and back here. So you still get some work in the backs of the arms. Work some mobility in your shoulders. So you just play what's best for you. Knees on or off the floor. And with these dolphins, we're just layering them, right? I don't want you to start kicking up into pinches just yet. Let the shoulders strengthen up a little bit and mobilize too. Pincha Mayurasana needs a lot of openness in the shoulders. Now, whenever you're ready, come back into downward facing dog, because we've got a whole left side to do. When you're ready in down dog, lift the left leg up to the sky. Point the left toes, bend the left knee and open up the hips. Try and squeeze the right heel towards the floor. Step the left foot through between the hands. Ground down through the big toe mounds and slowly come up into high lunge, arms over the head, palms touch. Bring your hands behind the head in that prayer position. Push the head into the hands. Inhale, lift the elbows up, arch the spine. Exhale, bend the back knee, Round the spine, elbows forward towards your front thigh. Inhale, straighten the right leg, lift the elbows up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, curve. One more time. Inhale, kick the right heel back. Let's open it out into warrior two. Plant the right heel down, adjust the hips, adjust the feet and the shoulders. Find what works best for you in this position. And then when you're ready, open out the arms. Flip the left palm up. Inhale, reach back, reverse. Exhale, left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm up over the head. Gaze up towards the sky. And then take it back, reverse. If you know you want to go for a bind, take the bind. Wrap the right arm around the back of you. Maybe aim towards that left thigh. Keep hold of the bind, left forearm to your thigh or left hand all the way down to the ground. If you want to take a full bind, then you can go for the full bind and pulse your left leg. Try and hug the right shoulder back. Every now and again, look up towards the sky. Now, if you are in that full bind, start to release. And everybody circle this right arm all the way down to the floor. Lower the right knee down. Lizard pose. Heel to the left foot over to the left edge of the mat. Now you can turn the toes out. You may even want to slide onto the outer edge of the foot. You can bring your hands or your forearms to the floor, lizard. And rock this. Sway. Find some movement. So the deeper we go in the poses, there still needs to be like a little bit of movement. You don't want to get stuck. At least enough movement to breathe and let the natural movement of the breath still happen within this stretch. And of course, if you do want to take it into a twist, you can take it into a twist. You don't have to add the thigh stretch here. It's completely up to you. If you have gone for the twist, slowly let go. Everyone walk your hands back into the center of the mat. Lift your left leg up into three-legged dog. Left leg high. Give it some air time again. Wiggle it out. Warrior one. Step the left foot through between the hands. Ground the right heel down at a 45-degree angle. Scoop the arms up over the head. Palms touch. Straighten the left leg and bend the elbows. Hands behind the head. Now push the head into the hands, tip forward about a quarter or halfway down. Gaze, your drishti is at your front big toe. Now if you find the elbows just sink down, lift back up a little bit. Shine the heart forward. Now you get to a point that you go, okay, I can hold this. The elbows aren't dipping. My spine is completely integrated. My legs can feel this. They're supporting me through the feet. Then reach the arms out in front of you. Arms become an extension of the spine. Next, exhale, cactus the arms, bend them. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, bend. You can bring your hands straight down towards the floor. You can interlace your fingers behind you and lower the belly towards your front thigh. Forward fold. Relax your head. Look towards your back foot. Arms reach up over the head. And then release your hands. Start to crawl the hands forward, bend the front knee, and come up into a standing split for a moment. Lift the right leg up, breathe in. Exhale in slow motion, lower the right leg down and come up into warrior two once again. Control it. So now start to turn the gaze and the torso towards the middle of the room. You can adjust your feet if you need to, Hands together, hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands, stay in this warrior two, and then tip the torso forward and the tailbone back. If this means that you need to adjust your foot slightly, so for me on this side, it's different to the other side. When I tip my bum back, I actually need to turn the foot in a little bit. So whatever helps you stay in this position, spine long, eventually bring the hands down to the floor, hands onto your body. Start to maneuver that cat-cow, right? So inhale, lift the chest forward, tailbone back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, push the ground away, look in towards your belly. And repeat. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. One more time. Inhale, chest forward. Arch the spine. Exhale, start to straighten the left leg, turn the left toes in. Wide leg forward fold. Little bend in the knees, of course. Hands wherever you want them to be. Now, if you do want to go upside down today, you're more than welcome to take a tripod headstand, to take a different version of headstand. Totally your call, what it is that you take. So you don't have to be upside down forever. Eventually, you also want to bring yourself down into that wide leg forward fold once again. And start to walk your hands over to your left foot. Turn the left toes forward, lower the right knee down. Scoop the arms up over the head, breathe in, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Tuck the back toes and straighten your front leg, flex the foot. Ardha Hanuman. Hinge the torso forward. So I don't mind at all if this front knee needs to bend. It's the front foot that I want some power in. You can bring your hands onto your body, onto the ground, maybe props if you're using them. If you know that you want to go for that full split, keep the back toes tucked. Send the left heel slightly over on the left diagonal corner. And then you go for whatever it is. Forward fold. Maybe it's a little bit more active for you, so you want to pull back and go more towards a back bend. Or stay in the half. Try and soften the jaw as well. Maybe we're holding tension in the jaw. Very often we are. If you've gone for this full one, walk the hands back. Drag the left heel back into the center of the mat. Everybody lower the left toes down. Inhale, scoop the arms up over the head. And exhale, bring the hands down. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Slow vinyasa. Inhale, forward high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, child's pose, dolphin, knees down with the forearms down, rocks. Up to you. Again, we're just constantly kind of layering this. We will have a nice rest in a moment. So if you need to take that rest now, go for it. If you are going towards those dolphins leading towards pinchers, now don't worry if you don't have that pincher. I'd rather you didn't just kick up and down. So we've gone for the rocks, we've gone for the little pulses. Try lifting one leg, flex the foot, spread the toes, and bend the right knee like you did at the beginning. So we're active in the glutes, the hamstrings, and the heel. And then can you rock your chin forward like you're trying to take a dolphin press up at the same time? Imagine you're trying to kick this heel into something. Maybe there's a lift. So the more active that you can get with the feet, the more stability there may be here. So it doesn't have to always be straight leg lifts. Maybe that little bend helps, but if we put some intention behind what we're doing, then it may just start to click for you. You have done one side, you can try doing the other. So don't feel like you have to jump up at all. Flex the foot, bend the knee, chest forward, and chest back. When you're done, because to be honest with you, those kick my butt, so maybe I'm not alone. Come into child's pose and rest the arms down by your sides. Let the shoulders rest. Close the eyes, move the face. Give yourself these moments to breathe and rest and settle, to absorb and soak up everything that you've done before, because everything you're doing leads to the next pose and next section, next part of your life. Sadly, we can't skip things, right? Tell yourself something nice right now. Yeah, I'm doing a good job. Just staying in it. We're going to come into a forward fold again. So lift the head up, walk the hands forward. You can go through a little cat-cow in an all-fours position, maybe through the mouth. And you're going to start to walk the feet up towards the hands again. Inhale, place the hands onto your shin bones, pull the crown of your head forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, belly towards your thighs. Hands together, prayer position, hands behind your head. Push the head into the hands and slowly rise up this way. Arms down by your sides. And then just roll the shoulders, hey? If you need a few moments to settle, gift yourself those moments. We're going to take it into a little bit of a balancing section. So again, this is about us coming back into the glutes, back into the hamstrings, into that lower back region. We're going to come into a dancer's pose. So with dancer's pose, shift the weight into the left leg. You want to bend the right knee and catch the foot with your hand. Now, preferably catch the big toe side of the foot. So we've gone for the inside. And this will make the eye of the elbow, that elbow crease, look forward. Squeeze the thighs together, first of all. Set yourself up. Squeeze the thighs together. You can have your left hand on your hip or your left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your bum. Exhale, kick the foot into your hand and start to tip the torso forward. Only once you start kicking that right leg back. So you kick that right leg up like you did when you were in all fours. There was a real stopping point before everything just started to open up. Little bend in the supporting knee if you need that there. And then slowly lift your chest back up. Let go of the foot, but keep the leg there. Flex the foot this time. Bring your hands together. Prayer position and hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands. So almost like you want to grab the foot behind you. Kick the heel back. Exhale. Bring your elbows towards your thighs or your right thigh. And repeat. Push the head into the hands. Kick the right heel back. Arch the spine. Bend the right knee a little bit more. Heel towards your bum. Exhale. Elbows towards your right thigh. One more time. Inhale, right heel back, elbows up.
Exhale, release the arms. Keep the right knee bent. Bring your hands onto your hips. Tip forward. Pulse the right heel up and down. Now, if you want to, and you need to bring your hands onto objects, onto the floor, then go for it. Otherwise, keep your hands on your hips. Pulse the heel up and down. Maybe even grab the bum just to make sure it's switched on. You can turn the right thigh out and down. Getting into this glute medius, piriformis area, TFL. Eventually, bring your hands to the floor. Kick the right leg up, standing split. Exhale, bend both of your knees and tap your right knee to the back of the left ankle. Inhale, lift the right leg up, chest forward, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the right leg up. This time, as you bend the knees, cross your right knee to the outside of your left ankle and sit your bum all the way down. Excellent. Bum is down, sit bones down. You can adjust the feet, adjust the legs. Take your left hand behind you first. Fingertips into the floor, so support the rest of the body. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, cross your right forearm to your left thigh and gaze over the left shoulder. Drop your chin down a little bit. And then slowly untwist. Take a counter twist to the other side. Hands over to the right. Maybe bend the elbows. Now we're going to try and come out of this pose the way that we came into it. Place the weight onto your left foot. Crawl the hands forward. Lift the right leg up, standing split. Exhale, lower your right foot next to your left foot. Forward fold. Relax your hands and your head. Shift the weight forward and back. Balls of the feet, heels of the feet. Excellent job, everyone. This isn't easy going. Bring your hands together in a prayer position. Take the hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands and lift all the way up to standing. Arms down by your sides. If you're anything like me, you need a few moments to center, to not feel dizzy, to adjust. And we'll take it into dancer's pose eventually on the other side. Weight into the right leg. Bend the left knee, catch the foot. Remember, try and grab hold of the big toe side of the foot. Squeeze the thighs together. You can keep your right hand on your right hip or arm over the head. Kick the left foot into the left hand and then start to tip forward. So you get this left butt cheek to switch on as much as possible. Lift the chest up. Let go of the left foot. Flex the foot and leave the left leg there. Bring your hands together behind the head. Push the head into the hands. Imagine you're trying to grab the foot from behind you. Arch the spine. Exhale. Elbows to left knee, round the spine. And repeat. Kick the left heel back. Push the head into the hands. Exhale, bring it forward. This is a concentration section. Don't worry if you're wobbling all over the place. Breathing, kick your left heel back, elbows up. Keep the left leg there. Bring your hands to your hips. Tip forward, warrior 3. Now here's where you can grab objects. Maybe you want to bring your hands to the floor or keep your hands onto your hips. And pulse this left heel up and down. Turn the left thigh out and down. Whatever works best for you here. A little reminder to the glutes. And you can bring your hands to the floor eventually. Straighten out your left leg standing split. Breathe in. Exhale, bend both of the knees. Tap your left knee to your right ankle. Inhale, left leg up, chest forward. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, cross your left knee to your right ankle, all the way down to the floor, so you find a seat. Adjust the legs, sit bones, and give yourself a moment. I can really always feel this right in the sides of the glutes. Take your right hand behind you, support yourself. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, cross your left forearm, preferably to the right thigh. Press into it, and then look over the right shoulder. Try and keep both your sit bones down. Exhale, slowly release, counter twist, turn to the left, hands down, bend the elbows, melt a little bit there. Lift the chest up, shift the weight back onto your right foot, crawl forward, lift the left leg up, standing split, breathe in. Exhale, step your feet back this time, downward facing dog. Great job, everyone. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Lower your left knee down. Kick the left toes over to the left and lift the right leg up. We're going to come into a modified version of Wild Thing. Bend the right knee and step the foot, the right foot, towards where you think and feel the left foot is. Squeeze your bum, press the hips forward. Exhale, take your right hand down. Switch this to the other side. Right knee down, right toes out, left leg up. Lift the left arm, bend the knee, step the left foot to where the right foot is. And now you can repeat the same modified Wild Things again, one on each side. Or lift the knees, lift the right leg up, step the right foot behind your left leg, full Wild Thing. So as we've really activated the glutes and the backs of the legs, these back bends are abundant now. Breathe in. Exhale, back to center. Switch it to the other side. Left leg up. Step the left foot behind the right thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back into a final downward facing dog. Press the ground away. And when you're ready, step or hop yourself down onto your bum. Now flex the feet. Squeeze the feet and the knees together. And have about an 8 to 10 inch bend in the knees. Bring your fingertips down next to your thighs and lean back. Now squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the toes together, lift the heels just off the floor. Lower the heels back down. Have a slight gap in the heels, big toes and knees touch and lower all the way down onto your back. Keep the knees slightly bent, bend the elbows. Turn the palms in to face one another. Press the backs of the arms into the floor and lift your hips up. So your knees and your toes are still touching. The feet are flexed. And lower the hips down again. One more time. Press down through the backs of the arms, the heels, lift the hips, squeeze the thighs together. Exhale, lower. Now walk your heels up towards your sit bones. Arms down by your sides. Toes forward, lift the hips up. Regular bridge. Exhale, lower the hips down. Windscreen wiper the knees from left to right. And you're going to take either the same bridge again, or I'm going to add a little bit extra to it. So your choice. Lift the hips up again. Arms by your sides, or interlace your fingers underneath you and walk the arms in. Press the fist into the floor. You can stay there or shift the weight more into your left leg and kick the right heel up towards the sky. Switch. Right foot down, left heel up. Switch. Left foot down, right heel up. One more time. Right foot down, left leg up. Left leg down, release the arms, lower down. Shift the legs left to right. You can do one more regular bridge. You can take a full wheel. So remember, the prep is the same as a bridge. You just bring your hands next to your shoulders, fingertips poke down towards the feet. Lift the hips, then press. Find space, engagement in the glutes and in the legs. If there are variations, maybe there's a lift of one leg like you did in bridge before. Your choice, honestly. And whenever you're ready, you can come back down. Everybody hug your knees into your chest and rock this gently from side to side. Well done. You can lower the left foot down, lift the right leg up. If you have this, you can hook the peace fingers around the right big toe. You can straighten the left leg, flex the foot, spread the toes, and take it into this hamstring stretch. If you don't have the toe bind, interlace your fingers around the calf or the back of the thigh. And you can then rotate the ankle both directions, point and flex the foot. If you have the toe bind, you're also welcome to take the right leg out to the side. This is really up to you. What does the body need? What do the hamstrings need from you? And then switch this to the other side. Eventually, you can bend the right knee, just let the right leg kind of flop down, or extend it long. You can go peace fingers or interlace your fingers. You can rotate the ankle, point and flex the foot. You can take the left leg out to the side. Well done, everyone. Building awareness. And come into a happy baby. Bend the knees. You can grab the feet, the heels, the ankles, really up to you. Shoulders down. Rock from side to side. You can stay here for a while. If you do have something extra that you're practicing, it could be shoulder stand or a headstand, then you're more than welcome to take it. Otherwise, stay where you are. Even if you can do both of those things and don't feel the pressure to have to do them. And if you are going up into a shoulder stand, maybe stay there for roughly 10 breaths. You can still move the legs around. If you're staying in this happy baby with me, you can squeeze the legs together. Give them a little bit of a hug here. And then separate the feet about as wide as the mat. Open the arms out wide. Drop both of the knees over to the right for a nice open restorative twist. Breathe down into your belly. Close the eyes. Feel the ground beneath you. Notice the sky above you. If you're coming out of a headstand, come into a child's pose for a bit. If you're coming out of shoulder stand, you can go through a fish, or you can come straight to this restorative twist. And when you're ready, you can take the twist to the other side, knees to the left. And any time from now, you can come into your Shavasana, your resting place. That can be soles of feet together, knees open. It can be feet wide, knees together. It can be legs long down the mat. Hands on your body, arms down by your sides, over the head. Honestly, up to you. Where do you want to rest here right now? Take a nice deep inhale and a massive exhale. Rest the back of the legs and the glutes. Begin to deepen your breath. And rest your awareness into the whole of your body just as it is. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Take a full body stretch. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. You can roll over to one side, or you can rock all the way up. And gradually bring yourself into a comfortable seat. To close your practice, hands wherever you want them to be. Close your eyes. And just notice this feeling. And we have this moment now where we decide if we're going to leave the practice here on the mat or if we're going to step off the mat with it. Transform this physical practice into a really meaningful, mindful one off the mat, where it's not about headstands and handstands. Take a final breath in together and a final breath out. Namaste. Thank you for joining as always today. I hope your glutes are all right. They'll feel fabulous soon, I promise, if not already. Thank you for joining as always. Please spread my classes and the word to people that you think could really benefit from them. Have a wonderful rest of your day.